Hey guys, today we are going to be doing a tutorial on how to use DaVinci Resolve 17, and I'm going to be showing you some simple tips and tricks that I use when editing my videos, and that takes a very long time, and I put a lot of work into the editing process and recording process of these videos. So if you find this helpful and want to see more, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to turn on the notifications. If you're having trouble with some of the stuff I discuss in this tutorial, please try to leave a comment down below and I'll try to address the problem as soon as I can. Comments might be disabled on this video, I'm not sure. YouTube has been being very mean about that lately. Just so you know, YouTube, I'm 14, not 13 and under. COPPA doesn't apply to me. So, let's get on with the video, shall we? So the first thing you're going to want to do is select this button, Import Media, or you could just select your files and then drag in the file you want to use, or just click it after selecting Import. After you select it, it should pop up in this box right here, as so. I'm just going to be using the dry rough draft face recording intro from my last video, which you should definitely check out because it's an awesome video. So you're just going to want to drag that down here with left click. Okay, so after you drag down the recording into the timeline, you should have it down here, and when you press spacebar or this little play button right here, it should play in this box up here with the audio on the side, and wonderful. So, here's what you're gonna wanna do. A, you're gonna wanna have this magnet on that says snapping. If it's not lit up, then you're gonna have issues, and just turn it on because it's helpful. Next, you're going to want to make sure that you know where the cutter is, the split clips. Yes, right here. It's the scissors. Try not to cut yourself. So, the next thing you want to know where it is the lock track button. You lock the track, you can't do anything to it. You can't change it. This is good when you're trying to move around different video clips and you don't want to move a specific clip. You can just lock it in place, and then you can move around those other clips with ease. So, here's what you're going to want to do first. You're going to want to kind of go through and cut out the parts that you do not want. And I'll show you how to cut real quick. But cut out the parts that are boring, have a long pause, you don't want them in, or you mess up, or something like that. I've already messed up countless times recording this video I'm showing you guys, and I'm definitely going to be cutting that out when I edit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this right here, and as you can see, dragging this like this, you can see that these two clips are separate. You're just gonna wanna left click on that and press delete. Great, now it's gone, and it starts from there. So say there's a point in the video where I didn't want to include the word killing for some reason. I don't know, stupid. But I would just cut this here. I just went before the killing, press the scissor button, go after the killing button, press the scissors, click on that, boom. So now it's just stealing loot, etc. It goes over the killing, great. No murder here, boys. Let's say at the now, I want to like zoom in my face a ton for I don't know what reason, and hopefully it doesn't break the camera. So, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna click from cut to edit tab down here. Once you click in the edit tab, you should see something like this. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna make sure that you're on the right spot, right before now. So it goes now, so I'm putting it before. So at this point, I'm gonna click these two buttons right here. Very important buttons. So that just set a key marker, kind of like a starting point. And this starting point is gonna say, this is where we're gonna start, and we're gonna transfer through the now, and then set an ending point. And you can click these and then edit this, or you can just edit this and it'll automatically assume that it's going with the starting point. So what you're gonna wanna do is play around with these. If you want it to go left or right, then you do that. If you want it to go up or down, do that, and then zoom in, great. So now, see, they've turned orange. Now from this point to this point, it'll zoom in that kind of weird area. And then if you want it to go back to normal and not stay there for the rest of the video, because that would be a bad angle, all you're gonna wanna do is click this arrow to go to the ending point, click on your keyboard the right arrow on the bottom, and then just set everything back to normal. Set the zoom to 1, position X to 0, and position Y to 0. So now it'll go through here and go back to normal right afterward. So we made this cut. So now it goes in on the now. So that is how you zoom. Okay, so if you just want to set your camera or your video to zoom in on a certain point or be in a certain position the entire time instead of just zooming in, then you're going to want to click on one point. Aren't you working? Okay, there we go. Click on one clip, press the inspector button in the top right, and then press whatever you want to make. You don't have to worry about these diamonds to press because you're not actually setting a starting and ending point. All you have to worry about is the clip that you're selecting. So if I just want it to be cut out for this clip right here and zoomed in for this clip right here, then it would do that. The difference between the two is that if I just zoom in for this clip, then as soon as it enters this clip, it'll just go straight into the zoom or position that you set it to, and then it'll go right out as soon as it leaves the clip. Now for this one, for the zoom, that right there, setting the diamonds in place like I showed you before actually makes it zoom in. You can see the zoom. For this, it's just going there, see? But with the other one, you're just zooming in. Okay, so now that we've covered that, and you can also play with the position as well. Position X, position Y. Great. So now for this clip only, it'll go right there. And then for this one, since we set the keyframes, or the diamonds, a start and end point, and then reset it with that diamond right after the end point, it now zooms in and goes back to normal. So that is how you play with the zooming. Okay, so the next part is transitions. You go to this tab right here. You select any one you want. I'm not selecting these ones only because it makes my computer lag a lot. So the one I usually use to go from intro to actual content in the video, I use the slide mechanism. So say I want to just cut this part out. Great. So using the scissor tool, cut, delete. Great. So this is my intro, very short intro, and very short content, yeah. So here's what we're gonna wanna do. We're gonna wanna put this slide right here, and then drag it on the edges to whichever length you want. After you get it at the length you want from dragging it, going through the clips, it'll transition like that, see? Now, if you want titles at the beginning of your video or something like that. So you're gonna click the titles tab. You have all these titles, full selection. I just use basic text for one. So let's say I wanted to include in this text how to edit a YouTube video, which is what I'm showing you guys right now. Go back to the inspector. Now in the inspector, you can change the title to whatever you want. How to edit YouTube videos. Great. Okay. So now we got that there. Now say you don't want it over your face. That looks ugly. Ugh. So what you're gonna wanna do, right? You're gonna wanna take this easy, X right here, scrolly. All you have to do is left click over this number and drag. It'll just go back and forth wherever you want. You're in control. And then Y, same thing, up and down. And then the zoom of it, make it bigger or smaller. So say that was my terrible title and you probably shouldn't put it like that. You should probably put it somewhere like overhead, in the middle. How to edit YouTube videos. Now, my shade in the background kind of makes this harder to read, more unpleasant to read. So to make this a bit more appealing to the eye, you're gonna want to put a drop shadow, and you're just gonna scroll the offset button by left clicking, and it puts a little drop shadow. Now, if that's not enough for you, you can always just change the color all around, like a green. Or if that's not even enough for you, then you can put the stroke, which is the outline, and you can make it whatever size you want. You can make it like a very big outline, or you could just make it basic. So great, now we have a title of how to edit YouTube videos. How to make it as long as you want, just put your mouse over this end bit right here, then just drag back and forth. That easy. You can make it very, very long or very, very short. So I'm gonna make it shorter. Today I will be playing Minecraft. Great. So I just put a how to edit YouTube videos in a I will be playing Minecraft Bed Wars intro. Smartness. Next up we have the sound. Sound is pretty simple. You just go to the thing that looks like sound. Great. So loading in here, we have a bunch of cool things. Looks like a soundboard up here. Don't worry about that. It looks complicated. It's not that complicated. The main thing you're going to want to be worrying about is this center space right here in this part over here. This is how you're going to control your audio. Say my voice is way too loud in this clip. So I'm just going to go, this is audio 1, this my audio. I'm just going to lower it by a lot. See, this is average. I'm just going to left click this and drag up or down. So I want myself to be quieter because I'm a loudmouth. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it there. -14. That should be enough to quiet my obnoxious voice. So anyways, let's just say that you're not being smart like I am on several occasions and add too many tracks. Oh gosh, there's seven tracks now. Great. Oh no. There's only audio 1 and audio 2. Whatever will I do? How will I edit audio track number 7? Simple. You go over here till this thing makes the mouse look like a weird lines with arrows thing. And then you just drag out. Yay! Now I can edit number 7 to go mute. And if you want an audio track to completely mute, you just scroll it down to the very, very bottom. Mute, 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 mute. Great. Okay, that's how you play with all the sound and edit that. So what you're going to want to do for this next part, for adding music, is you're going to want to go back to cut from down here. You're going to want to right click and press import media. You're going to want to import an audio file. This is not video, this is audio. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add import media, just a track, a song, anything. So I just added this music I used for when I was battling in that Bed Wars video. So all we're going to want to do after you've added in your audio track is drag the audio track down and just put it under your video track. And boom, it should add an audio track. It's playing in the background. Now, problem. You know what it is. I know what it is. It's that the music is way too loud for my voice. I cannot hear myself. That is terrible. Oh my gosh, it was added as audio 8. You know what to do. Drag outward. Perfect. We have audio 8. So that is way too loud. Can you hear me? I can't hear me. Or I'm deaf. I don't know at this point. Okay, so all you're going to want to do is go to the audio track with your extremely loud music and just turn it down. Simple. Or you could just turn up yourself. And now you can hear me better, and you'll probably be able to hear yourself better. Now, you can do the opposite thing if the music is way too quiet. Okay, so finally you want to press the deliver button in this bottom area. You want to name the file Untitled 2. Great, so Untitled. You want to select the location just by hitting the browse button and selecting the file you want it to go into. Select YouTube format if you're posting on YouTube, and then change the format to MP4. And then after that, just select the location. After that, add it to render queue, and then start the render. After that, it should be in your file, and you can upload it to YouTube. Make sure you guys like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more content in the future, hit the bell, try to comment down below if you're having trouble. If you can't, then I'm sorry about that. It's YouTube's fault, not mine. YouTube, I'm 14, not 13 and under. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.